Hey guys, so Pete and Nikki here. You're probably expecting Marty, but Nikki's far better looking than Marty ever will be. So Nikki is the CEO of Free to Shine, the charity that everyone's donating to, and she's just back from Cambodia, and we've just had a really good breakfast/brunch meeting. Just finding out what's going on over there and everything that's happening and what the money's going towards and stuff. So I think it'd be a good video for Nikki to talk a little bit about what Free to Shine is in a nutshell, which is probably most of you know, what the money's being spent on and why it's being spent on. So yeah, I'll hand it over to Nikki.
Okay, so in a nutshell, we have Girls on Educational Scholarship Programme. So we have 72 girls who are at risk of being trafficked, and we have 2 girls who have been trafficked and rescued. And the reason it's an educational programme is because I spent a month with 65 girls who had been rescued and asked them, if we were to get a group of people together to help you, what is it that you would want?
So you asked the girls themselves.
They know their situation better than we do.
I think that's a brilliant strategy.
It has to be what they want. It's always been about assisting them to achieve what they want, not us handing something over.
And what we think we know best about. So
Exactly.
it's just coming from the horse's mouth, basically.
Exactly.
So that's really, really good.
So they said that they wanted to go to university. These were the survivors, wanted to go to university to become teachers, doctors and lawyers. They wanted to become teachers because at the moment in Cambodia, many children don't go to school because teachers get a really low wage from the government. So to supplement their income, they charge the kids to attend. So kids can't afford to pay, so they don't go. So they wanted to become teachers because no matter how low their wage from the government was, they'd never charge children because they understood the importance of the kids being in school. The other reason is they wanted to become doctors because many of them, whilst being in captivity, had been into a hospital, maybe for an abortion, maybe through a beating, something like that.
Yeah.
And nobody had spotted that they needed assistance.
While they were in the hospital.
Yeah. So they'd been treated and they'd been sent straight back to
the
captivity.
Stuff, yeah.
So they felt that if they were in that hospital,
they'd be able to
spot
and notice it,
girls coming in and intervene right there and then and be able to stop them from going back.
That's good that they come up with that ideas themselves.
Brilliant. And then the other one is obviously to be a lawyer because they know that those traffickers need prosecuting.
Yeah, and they want to see justice.
And then the other thing that they said to me was that the day that they got rescued, that they were being looked after now by another fabulous organisation. They were being looked after, they were well cared for, but the day they got rescued, those traffickers didn't go without a girl. They simply went out into the villages and they picked another new young girl.
Yeah.
So they wanted us to go out into the villages and protect young girls who were at risk.
So prevent the cause instead of treating the effect.
Exactly. Stop it before it happens.
So that was coming from these girls as well. This is all
came from
ideas.
Survivors of trafficking.
Well, at least they have know what's going to be best for them.
Exactly. And they knew that if a girl was in school, they'd have other professionals looking out for them that would protect them. If they went missing, they'd have somebody who knew that the girl was missing. And more than that, they felt that the family simply wouldn't sell them because they were being invested in for the long term.
Yeah.
So they're going to be valuable to the parents. The parents would try to keep them and not allow them to go.
Yeah.
So that's why we do what we do.
Yeah, and so the money now that is going towards is getting spent in such ways that
at the moment we have the girls enrolled on that programme, and the donations that are coming in through Pete's Chastity for Charity will be able to set up an office so that we can employ full-time social workers that will enable us to enrol another 160 girls onto our programme and another 40 survivors.
Brilliant. Yeah. And then that's putting them through the education programme, which then leads on to...
It means that the girl who's at risk gets to go to school right through to finishing high school and beyond if she wants to. And it means that the survivors get to go and become teachers, doctors and lawyers like they asked for, except they need the high school diploma first. So we help them with all aspects of that.
Yeah, and then some people was asking the question, why would you rescue or give money to a girl and put her through education whenever she's just going to get married off or something? Is there something around that? You could answer?
Yeah, sure. The research shows that it's never a waste to
'cause you're
educate a
helping
girl.
one,
Never.
You help one, and there's going to be a ripple effect.
There's always going to be a ripple effect, and yes, she might get married, but she'll make more informed choices. She'll be more involved in the choices that she makes, and she can get married later. She tends to have fewer children, and she tends to educate all of her children, her girl children and her boy children. So we've been asked why we don't put boys in school as well, because we've been told that very often boys are the problem, aren't they? They're the ones that use the brothels. Why don't you put boys in school? And it's a good question. I guess the answer is that we don't have unlimited funds to put every child in Cambodia in school. So if we put boys in school, they tend to get themselves educated, go off and earn some money, and a very small fraction of that goes back to their family and their community. Whereas when you educate a girl, a lot of their income goes then towards the family and the village, the community.
Yeah, because they're more maternal, I suppose, instincts, whatever else too.
So if you're looking at assisting Cambodia over the long term, over the next 30 to 50 years...
Because this is going to be a generational change.
Yeah,
this is not going to happen overnight. So
you get more bang for your buck by putting girls in school, and then an educated boy may choose to educate his children, or may choose to only educate his boy children. But when you educate a girl and she becomes a mother, she puts her girls and her boys in school. So you'll ultimately end up with a country that's got all boy and girl children educated anyway, if you start by educating girls now.
Oh, that's good. So yeah, so brilliant. That's pretty informative. Like, I didn't know some of that stuff. So yeah, so we're definitely on our way to raising the 100 grand over the year. So we're just going to keep donating, and yeah.
You've done brilliantly, and I'm so pleased. So happy to see how many people have come on board to support you.
Yeah, it's unreal.
The support that you've received from your friends, your family, it's been phenomenal.
Yeah, and people that don't even know, like, there's such a ripple effect that's happening. So yeah, again, I just want to thank everyone that's got involved, all the sponsors, and it's absolutely fantastic.
It is.
So cool. Thank you very much, Nikki.
Thanks,
and yeah, we'll probably do another little video later in the year to see how we're going before we go to Cambodia and stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
And yeah, cool. All right. Thanks very much. See you guys.
Bye.